Welcome back to the Elise Surkov podcast, where I help women thrive unapologetically from the inside out in perimenopause and menopause. I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable today and talk about something that I share a lot on social, but I feel like this is just a really important message that I really just want you to remember is that I tried really fucking hard to be skinny and it just never worked out for me. I'm so bad at it. And I want to say that growing up, I'm 46 years old. So growing up in the 80s and 90s, I was a dancer. And what was really hard about being a dancer was being physically different than a lot of the other girls in my dance class. So I was definitely a thicker, more athletic build. I had boobs, I had a bum, I had thighs, and it certainly acted as a disadvantage. In fact, my dance teacher told me flat out that I was going to have to work a little harder than the other girls because of my body. And that's hard for anyone to hear, let alone a young girl. And so, like every other young girl at the time, I just really wanted to be skinny. But you know what? It never worked out for me. And I also got the fucking lead every goddamn time. So it worked out really well because I stood out in front and I stood out physically for sure. And then it wasn't until I was about 14 years old that I was introduced to weight training and fell in love with the idea of being strong because I started realizing at age 14 that being skinny just wasn't really working for me. I couldn't do it. I loved to eat. I loved to move my body. And when I discovered weight training and the changes that was happening to my then very young body, I really liked it. I liked being strong. And so I would love to say this is where my passion for being strong and kind of giving up skinny really started and ended, but it didn't. If I'm going to be totally honest with myself, going into my teenage years, into my 20s, and probably until my early 30s when I was having my kids and, getting, when you're pregnant, if you've been pregnant and you're seeing your body change in ways it's never changed before, my weight had really never changed until I was really pregnant and then trying to lose the weight. I would say the idea of trying to be thin again kind of came back to me where I was like, I just want to fit into my clothes again. And I wish, oh God, I wish I was as fat as I was when I thought I was skinny because I felt like I looked really skinny. But it wasn't until probably my second kid, and then for sure after I had my last kid, where I was like, I am so fucking done chasing skinny because not only do I suck at it, I don't like it. I don't like that look on me. I don't like being a smaller, thin, frail version. I just loved this strong in me. And when I really started getting into lifting heavy weights and challenging my body, making sure that my nutrition was dialed in so that I could lift even heavier, my body changed so quickly. Nothing has ever reshaped me and changed my physique more than dialing down the idea of just being strong. And when I realized, oh my God, this is so much easier because I'm so much better at it. My body was built for strong. My life got a lot easier because I started to double down on what was working and I started really releasing all that wasn't the whole like low calorie, dieting down, excess cardio. I was like, fuck that. I don't need to do that. My body responds better to strong anyways. I so remember when I was in one of my very first jobs in corporate fitness and wellness, I had a colleague of mine and her husband did not like muscle on women. He thought it looked more masculine. And I remember thinking, like, what a horrible feeling it would be to be married to someone or with someone who felt that my body was a threat to their masculinity. And I'm so lucky because Albert is so, I mean, he likes my muscles, but he also like is indifferent to it. Like, sure, babe, get bigger muscles. Like, I still feel masculine enough that it's okay. And I know there's a lot of you out there because I've spoken to a lot of you that are like, I don't want to build so much muscle. I don't want to get bulky. And, I get that. It's definitely a look that not all women strive for. Most women I talk to say they want to get toned or they want to feel strong. Some women even tell me point blank, like, no disrespect, Elise, but I don't want to look like you. I don't want to have muscles like you. And that's totally fair. And I also am like, good, because you're not going to want to do the shit I do to look like this. All right. The amount of eating I do, and recovery I do, and maintenance I do, and lifting I do to get to be the size that I am right now is definitely not for everybody. And I 100% recognize that. But I will say for me, it was just such a mindset shift when I just stopped chasing skinny because I sucked at it. And when I just was like, I'm so good at being strong. It's kind of like, I was a runner and I used to run half marathons and I ran one marathon and it was really hard for me. My body does not do well with distance running. It's like my hips are wider. I had a lot more pain. When I ran my marathon, I went for a massage every 3 weeks just to keep up with it and not be injured. And there's other people that are just like running and it's so super easy for them to do it. So I remember thinking like, maybe I'm just not built the same. Maybe I should be trying a different sport. And the funny part is like when you look at a runner, you're like, oh, I should run because runners are thin and lean. Well, it just so happens that the lean, thin body responds really well to running, whereas like a more muscular build might do better with different sports, maybe like that football or, I don't know, different other types of sports. So this is when I started to say, okay, this is what my body is designed for. Let me double down on it. And oh my God, life got simple. And I'll tell you another thing, my body's never been as lean as it has been as when I'm strong. So no matter how many times I tried to eat low calories and get to that skinny version of myself, it wasn't until I really doubled down on being strong that everything got easier for me. So if you're out there and you are just trying so dang hard to be skinny, I want to welcome you over to the community Being Strong. All right. I got a freebie for you. I got my free workouts that you can do for 3 weeks at a time so that you can start getting stronger on your own for free. I will drop that all into the show links. And then, of course, if you are someone who's like, you know what, this sounds like me, I want to just completely flip it, then I welcome you to have a chat with me and we can talk about how our 90-day for function hormonal renewal can help you. But I will leave all that in the notes as well. And until the next time, stay strong, give up skinny. Trust me when I say it's better on this side.